On a clear day, the Encina Power Plant smokestack could be seen for miles along the coast. But this month, a part of Carlsbad's history and identity is being torn down. KPBS's Alexander Nguyen has more.
To some, it was an eyesore. To others, it was part of home.
And it just reminds us of Carlsbad.
Surfers use it to orient themselves in the water, and pilots use it to navigate. After nearly 50 years, the Encina Power Plant smokestack is coming down.
Anytime you lose part of your history, it's kind of like you're losing part of community. And the smokestack, has been a center point or a focal of our community.
The power plant play a part in the city's incorporation. In fact, the plant and the smokestack was the cover photo of Susan Gutierrez's book, Window on the Past. She's a historian and the president of Carlsbad Historical Society. The book was published in 2002 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Carlsbad.
To me, there was no story without talking about the power plant construction.
The smokestack, as residents know it now, was built in the 1970s to replace 4 smaller stacks. At 400 feet tall, it was the tallest structures on the West Coast at the time. It had to be tall because the power plant was a fossil fuel plant, and the height helps to lessen the impact of soot and other pollutants on the area. The height also has an added bonus. It acts as an identifier for pilots flying to the nearby McClellan-Palomar Airport. Jeff White, a flight instructor and president of the Pacific Coast Flyers Flying Club, says it was a famous landmark for new pilots because it could be seen day or night.
On a clear day, you can see the smokestack all the way from Long Beach when you're in the air.
Very directional, very way to get to Palomar Airport.
That was Carol, Jeff's wife, who, as a student pilot in the 1980s, used the smokestack to find her way home after her first cross-country flight.
It's a landmark that just, and it just reminds us of Carlsbad, too. It just always kind of has a place in our heart.
As much as it was part of Carlsbad's history, the smokestack had to come down. The plant was decommissioned in 2018, and under an agreement with the city, NRG, the plant's owner had to tear it down within 3 years. Still, residents like the Whites are sad to see it go.
I think powers that be kind of missed an opportunity. That's such an iconic landmark here. That could have been repurposed into a building that could have been a visitor, a visitor's kind of mall with shops and all those kinds of things.
A lot of the guys and girls, who grew up surfing in Carlsbad, they'd look and they could tell, oh, we're in this position or we're in that position, in the water.
The smokestack is being torn down at a rate of roughly 10 feet a day, and total demolition is expected to be completed by July. As for the future of the site, no specific plans are in the works at the moment. Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
And just today, NRG told us the company paused demolition after discovering peregrine falcon eggs on the site on Easter Sunday. The eggs were found in a nest about 100 feet from the smokestack. The company is waiting for permission from the state before continuing.